I like chimes. They're fun. And if utilized correctly, they can really cut through a mix. But as a composer, there's one type of chime that's both fascinating and evasive. The music box. This one's a little out of season at the moment, but it's got an incredible tone and texture to it. Generally, however, it's been impossible to play a music box like an actual instrument. Until now. This is the Muro Box, developed by Tevavi Technology. It is a physical acoustic music box with tines playable via a remotely controlled app, or, and this is what I'm much more personally interested in, MIDI. The app's interesting. You can use it to download songs other people have made, and even set it up so the Muro Box can be used as a physical alarm clock. Not a bad way to wake up in the morning. But ultimately, I feel like it's more for casual use, and if I'm completely honest, I'm a little paranoid that apps like these will eventually shut down and a lot of material will be lost. No. The thing that makes the Muro Box interesting and potentially evergreen is this little MIDI port right here. If you do a decent bit of composing on the computer, setup is fairly simple. You plug in the power, and then hook the USB cable into the tower. Then switch on your DAW. The Miro Box shows as an instrument in the system. And after that, it's a little like magic. You press notes, and are playing a real music box with the same ease as breathing. So, are there any challenges or limitations when it comes to the instrument? Well, several. And the big one might be that it's diatonic to the key of C. So only the white notes, and only 20 of those white notes at that, so about 2.5 octaves spread out all together. That means there's some serious consideration to take in when utilizing the instrument. You can't just plop it on a tune and hope it works. That means also you can't really just have it play your favorite songs. No, not out of the box. You have to make adjustments and arrangements, and sometimes things just don't work. You know, how many songs don't have accidentals? It's unfortunate. Likewise, because this is an acoustic instrument, it does need to be mic'd, and you have to take everything into consideration that brings. Namely this. The Miro Box's motor runs whenever you play it. In isolation, I actually kind of like it. It creates a neat, very intimate texture. But say you want to incorporate this into an ensemble? Maybe it's just me, but I feel like this could lead to some technical frustrations depending on what you're working on. Never fear though, because if you just throw enough plugins at something, eventually you'll get it to work. Here I'm applying Isotope's RX noise cancellation to the instrument, and it fixes it. More or less. But if you don't have RX or other equivalents, which can cost money, this can be a bit of a holdup. As an aside though, once you get past a couple of these technical fumbles, there are some fun novelties about the Muro Box. For instance, because it reads MIDI, As long as you stay within the physical note range of the instrument, it will attempt to read whatever you place in front of it. Likewise, it's probably the only instrument I own where, to get the optimum recording quality, I just leave the room. Now here's an interesting thing. If you were ever worried that the MIDI input would come off more wooden or sterile compared to a naturally wound music box, then don't? Because the Muro Box doesn't exactly play on the beat. I didn't hand record this. This is what the Muro Box does when directly fed a simple line of MIDI data going through a scale. Now here it is up against a piano VST showing the little melody I played earlier. It's using the exact same MIDI data too, and in comparison, the Muro Box is kind of swinging the rhythm in parts. Bro, you need to get in the pocket. Depending on taste though, this might be exactly what you want, and worst case scenario, you can always just do some manual editing. Or just do a retake. Seriously, I have gotten different results on recording the instrument a second time, or a third. This is like the only MIDI instrument I've seen do that. It's like a performer almost. It's weird. Kinda interesting. So is this thing worth the $425 brand new it costs? Well, if you're a weirdo like me, sure. It's a conversation piece, and it factually is a real music box that you can play like an instrument. Otherwise, just download Sonic Couture's free music box library. It sounds great, and it's miles easier to use. But me? I'm a weirdo. So let's get weird with it.